yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Mikey, and as always, riding with me, Shotgun, my boy Tommy. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, brother? Happy Friday. Happy Bills Mafia. Today's the day. Blue and red practice. Football is officially back. Because once that happens, we are here. It is official. And, man,
I believe
I'm excited.
Just got done doing a video, did you not?
I did. That's why we came on a little late today, guys. Jason, I think Jason probably watched this, so I appreciate you, bud.
Blakely.
Yep. So I just did it for you guys. If you guys want to check it out after, or if you already haven't watched it, it's cool. But not a lot of highlights on there, but I will have. Usually they come in later, so just a heads up, guys. I'll probably have another bonus edition video of the blue and red practice, and I'll go over that just like I did this last video. So, man, did anybody real quick? Anybody in the chat go to this or know anybody that went to the blue and red practice today? If so, hit us up in the chat.
Okay, let's start with this.
Yeah,
that blue helmet, Josh Allen came out and what'd you
Oh,
think?
what do you think? Yeah, okay. So
it caught me off guard. I
said it in my video. Now, mind you, I want to say that's not going to be in the season. Okay, no, this is just they did this last year with the red helmet. And they didn't do it. Which, by the way, I gotta say, what is the deal with the NFL? Because the NFL has to approve these things, right? But what is the deal with, like, why can't we ever get these? Like, we don't ever seem to have alternate uniform. Like, I don't get it.
We do.
Well, I don't see it. They haven't even they haven't done anything yet. Yes. Every team is like putting them out on Twitter. I haven't seen ours. You seen them?
It's the 1960s Buffalo Bills, the old logo.
But they already shown it on Twitter because I didn't see that. You sure?
No, but it's been the same one we've had for the last few years.
Right. That's my point.
That's a team thing. They've chose not to.
Well, if that's a team thing, then shame on them because the red helmet should already be out by now. That's what the fans want. They know that's what the fans want. But anyways, back on the blue helmet. I didn't hate it. I just don't know if it goes too well with the red. But I didn't hate it either, though. I don't know. I'm torn right now. But I don't know. I think it would go good if it was like an all blue, but I just prefer the all red,
white.
Or white. You're right. Yeah, it was a weird combination, but I'll be honest, I could kind of get used to it as well. I'd have to kind of see it a little bit more. But yeah, a little different, but I didn't totally hate it. What about you?
I didn't hate it. I actually liked the different, because it's different. I like when teams go different. I've seen that picture before in those mock-ups, like on Bleacher Report and stuff, where they do alternate
and mini helmets.
In the mini helmets.
Yeah.
I agree. I didn't like it with the red jersey, but man, in all white, that would look sick.
You're right. All white, I could see. Even all blue might, but maybe all blue might be too weird. I don't know. I think you're right. I think white would be the best color.
White tops with the blue pants and the blue helmet.
Yeah,
that might look good.
Or if they do the red, but with the blue, blue stripe in it somewhere to kind of do like a red and blue. like you know what I mean, like more like red down the side or blue down the side, and maybe kind of come up with it, and maybe a little bit more red in the helmet somewhere. I don't know how that would work, but you can do blue. I mean, you can do blue and red. That's the whole. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, but I guess because it's so shiny, maybe because it's just really out there. I don't know, but yeah, I agree. It'd have to take some time to get used to. How about that?
All blue for home, all red for away. That would be tight, yeah. Except the NFL has like you have to have X amount of white in your uniforms outside of color rush and all that crap. They have stupid rules like the NBA. Red helmets remind me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Losses, go blue. Mark, that's funny. That's funny. I loved the red helmet. It just reminds me of my childhood. I have a fondness for it.
Dude, it's dope. Like, I don't know why they haven't brought it back. Like, I just don't get why they.
Is the 60s
the old
logo?
I get it, but damn, just bring back the red helmet.
Right, the fans want it. I mean,
like, what's the problem here?
It was the white face mask when we asked for it.
They did. That was. I hated the gray one. I couldn't stand that. It made no sense to me. It looked so odd. But whatever. Just change it back to red.
Like the white with the blue helmet. Yeah, and then the way games could be red with the blue helmet would be sick. I wasn't a big fan of the red and blue. Like the look that Josh had in that jersey, it just didn't go for me. It just wasn't my style. A lot of people like it. That's fine. Before we get to the red and blue, let's talk a little bit about around the league news.
Yeah, go for it. Shoot.
We'll start with Kamara.
Yeah, 4 games. Three games. Three? Is it 3? I thought it was 4. Okay.
3. Colts, Lamans also banned for 3 games.
Oh.
And then just recently, it dropped that Chiefs DN Charles Omenihu and Saints receiver Dwayne Eskridge both received 6 for violating personal conduct policy, whatever that is.
Okay, could be. Right.
So those are the suspensions that are around the league. Cincy's linebacker Wilson, Josh Allen's buddy from Wyoming, just got a new $37.25 million extension.
Okay.
We have Tristan Wirth, who's moving from right tackle to left tackle this year, seen a psychologist because he's struggling with the transition.
You're lagging, buddy.
I know. I can't. There's nothing I can do about that.
Okay. Now you're back. You're back.
All the kids go back to school next week, so that'll be kind of nice.
That's right. Then the internet's back to good in California.
Yep. Pats rework Judon's deal. They added $12 million more guaranteed to his salary, so instead of making $2 million guaranteed, he's making $14.
Okay.
Cowboys hooker lands a 3-year, $24 million extension. So there's been some money going on out there.
Yeah. Listen, players are gonna. It's funny how that works too. Sometimes it's just like GMs need to like sort things out before they wind up giving these guys extensions. You know what I mean? Get other stuff done, and that's what they do.
Let's start that 20-0 run, Scott. I'm with you, brother.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about this red and blue game. A lot of tweets coming out. As you know, I'm part of the Shout text chain, so I get a lot of updates from Matt and Ryan over at the Shout Buffalo Bills podcast. So it sounds like from an offensive line perspective, the starting unit did okay. Spencer Brown got beat really badly once by Leonard Floyd. That's a tough matchup. You're bound to get beat by him.
So Spencer was out there then today.
Was out
so
there.
That's good.
Started.
So I didn't even know that. So I'm glad you brought that up because I text you, I believe yesterday, Spencer Brown had some back thing going on, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. Like, now I didn't know the severity of it. They just said he was grimacing. He couldn't pick up his helmet. It's never good. Let's just hope, by the way. I'm glad he was out there, by the way. So that's great news. But let's just hope whatever it was something. Clearly it was minor, but let's just hope it doesn't continue to be, one of these weird, nagging kind of back things that he's going on.
Beth said it sounds like the defense had a better day, but there were some great plays by our offense. There was. So it sounds like our starting offense actually played pretty well. Our second string offensive line, and really,
is it?
What?
No, somebody said my mic's loud. I'll turn it down for you guys.
really our second string offensive line and really our two tackles struggled. Questenberry and Shell both just struggled all day long. Hopefully.
Oh, my boy Shell struggled
badly.
Not good. Let me turn this mic down for the people.
Ryan Bates. From what I got from the text that I got, Ryan Bates had, didn't really stand out all that much. He had one chance on a run play that he could have sprung James Cook and whiffed on the block. What's up?
No, I was just reading the chat. Making fun of my mic, but then saying it's me. I'm loud. I don't know.
And then Scott comes in and says, Mikey, you're good. Reminds me of watching the old Godzilla movies. Your lips don't match the words. That's awesome.
So I got a loud mic. I got a loud microphone. Mike has bad internet connection. It's just a shit show here.
Right?
But
we're still here. So, and then Osiris Thorns came in, and him and Spencer Brown worked really well together. Had some really good pass block sets. Really good there. Then on the first play of scrimmage, it sounds like Dawkins and McGovern teamed up together, sealed their side, and Cook broke one that would have went to the house.
Yep.
Which was awesome. And really, from what I read, it sounds like it was Bernard who was just late to the play.
Okay.
And that's why it happened. Versus Dotson, who I guess pretty much locked up the middle linebacker job today. I guess he was all over the field and looked really good.
Listen, man, we talked about this way early on before the draft when Bean came out and talked about Dotson and how Dotson, like, to him, he was the leader at that point of, number one, as far as the middle linebacker goes. In his eyes at that time for the competition, he was in the one spot. So they clearly have trust in him, faith in him. And it seemed like he's been pretty good at practice. I from everything that I've been told, doing pretty well. So we'll see. I'm still not crazy about it if he winds up being the starting middle linebacker. But
me neither. But you know what it reminded me of? Remember in 2017 when McDermott first got here, Preston Brown was our middle linebacker, and he had a good season. And he was just an average middle linebacker. He moved on and didn't start anymore. He was a backup everywhere else.
Yeah.
And he had like 100+ tackles, and we went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it tells me Dotson, may just be that Preston Brown type of linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. 1 year kind of just fill in for now until we figure things out next year. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Through the draft or through free agency.
Yep.
More than likely free agency, I'll be honest with you, because, man, it's like how many middle linebackers are you going to draft, right? Unless you draft one of the first and you're confident. But at this point, I kind of hope they go through free agency, maybe get themselves let the young guys kind of learn.
Brown didn't really have an injury. He had something that went on. They went into the locker room. He was having some spasms or something. They said he got looked at, and then by like 2 hours later, he's riding his scooter and he was fine. And then he suited up and practiced today. So Brown's fine.
I just don't like it's something to do with his back, though. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm glad he's good, but it's still weird that, you know what I mean? Like he's already kind of feeling some back pain, like after he had back pain. You're like, I just hope that dude needs to stay healthy, man. He needs to stay healthy, Mikey, through training camp. That's the most important, obviously regular season, but this is the time he missed last year. So valuable to miss. So hopefully he doesn't have any fallbacks, you know what I mean? Like with injuries at the back, you know what I mean? So he can get that time with Cromer. Because that's what's going on right now. He's getting a lot of time with Cromer. It's time he missed last year. So let's hope he stays healthy, Mikey, really, honestly. Because if he doesn't, and we're going through this emotions again where he misses training camp and we're in week 1, he's going, we're going to be right back to that right tackle, where he's not all there, making mistakes. You know what I mean? Just not 100%. And then you say Shell played bad today, so it's like, oh, right?
Well, Beth makes a good point in our chat. They're also going against a really good defense, who was ranked number 1 in the league last year. So just because they look bad against our, top-ranked defense doesn't mean they're going to look bad against them.
No, I agree. Well, not only that, I also want to throw this out there, and I mentioned it Thursday. Not only are they going against a very good defense, but they're going against a different look, right? A more aggressive style defense is throwing different, different looks at them, right? Exotic looks. Like, that's what McDermott wants to do now. And I think the offense is like, oh, I haven't seen this before. You know what I mean? So iron sharpens iron, right? And this is good for the offensive line to go against a really good defense that is playing a different kind of style under McDermott's new system, which is more aggressive, more unique, exotic blitzes. And you saw it today, by the way. I heard it today. There was a lot of exotic little looks, too, getting to the quarterback. So, by the way, Greg Rousseau lining up at DT. I mean, right there, that's a change right there, Mikey. So,
yep.
I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there, that very good defensive line they're going against, and they're also bringing a lot more pressure than they did years prior. So, yeah, I listen, the offensive line is going to get better, and it's going to be back and forth battles throughout camp. It's just the way it's going to be.
Okay, everyone's talking about the back issue in there. He's missed 0 practice time. 0.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, I agree with Mikey. I'm shocked he was here today. That's why it was like, I'm glad that you brung that up. It's one of the first things you said, because I didn't think he was. Last thing I heard, he was getting helped off the field. I didn't even know he went back on the bike or not. So that's good. And Mikey's letting you guys take a deep breath. He's fine. He was practicing. He was at the blue and red.
Like even yesterday, he didn't miss any practice. It was just after practice.
No, it was at the end. It was at the end.
He had a back spasm. They went and got it worked out, and he's fine. He's back at practice. I'm not worried about him as much this year. I am worried about our depth. Shell and Questenberry have not looked good. Someone earlier asked about, and I'll get to Daniel Gary's comment in a second. Someone asked earlier about Tommy Doyle. You don't hear anything about him. I don't know if that's good or bad. You're just not hearing anything.
Right.
Everything I've heard is he's running, third team tackle. Okay. So, Preston Brown start for 2 years in Philly. To be perfectly honest, I have no idea. After Preston Brown left the Bills, I did not follow his career. So it's very possible that he moved on to Philly. I know he went to Philly. I don't know if he started or not. So it's very possible. And I'll trust you, Daniel. You always tend to have that knowledge on those former players. So.
That's funny you said that. I very rarely do I follow a Buffalo Bills player after he moves on to another team. There's a few that like players I really like. You know what I mean? Like I'll watch Devin Singletary this year. Yes, you know what I mean? Guys, Jerry Hughes I watched last year because I was he was one of my favorites while he was here. But Preston Brown is like I just good luck to you, but I don't really follow their career as they move on. But yeah, man. I didn't even know Preston Brown was playing much after he left us. So.
Yeah, I know he went and played in Philly. I didn't know if he started or not. I'm the same way. I'll watch Tremaine. I'm a big fan of Tremaine's.
Yeah, Tremaine. You're right. That's another one. I'm really
so interested what they're going to do with him.
Yes. That me and you are on the same page when it comes to Tremaine, because it's almost like I just Mikey, I so want to hear it from Bills Mafia when they use him right, if they do. And this dude is like a beast in the NFL, which we think he can be because if he's used correctly. And the Bills Mafia, because remember, a lot of them were like, Tremaine's no good, and they're gonna quickly see that this dude's legit. And we
just didn't we played him in the wrong spot.
Right. We had a super athlete in our building. We just didn't know how to use it. Right. So we'll see though. I mean, we'll find out what Chicago does with him, but if used right, man, that guy's a beast, man. So we'll find out. But yeah, I would be
comes into the herd. QB2 is an issue. QB2 for most teams is an issue.
I've heard. Mike, did you see Kyle Allen trip over, and then I
haven't seen any of the
Allen and Barkley started clapping at him. So embarrassing. No, he was like backing up, and he fell over the what do they call those things? The tackle dummy things. The little they got to work around. Yeah. So he I guess he fell into it. I don't know. No, just like. And Matt Barkley with an awful throw that got picked off by DeMar. Good for DeMar, but it was an awful duck throw. It was so bad. And and Kyle Allen hasn't looked good either. Like, but hopefully we don't have to see any of these guys. But yeah, they don't look good, Mikey. I'll be honest with you. Both look bad. Both look bad. Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me at all. So I mean, I'll tell you actually who didn't look bad last night was Dorian Thompson Robinson, who Jarek wanted us to draft at UCLA. He actually, I mean, it was against the threes last night
for the Jets, right?
No, for the Browns.
For the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. The Brown. He's like a speedster, right? Like a quarterback, like a mobile quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Because I watched very little. I was at work, so I saw a guy who was super athletic, fast, decent arm too.
Nasty block too on a touchdown run.
Oh, dude, that I saw the highlight on that. Yes, that was a fair.
That's the guy Derek wanted us to draft.
The RPOs were sweet. I gotta say, very tricky, bro. Because at one point I'm like, I thought the running back had it, and then he had like that guy. Hey, I mean, Jarek might see something. He might have saw something that dude, but yeah, it is what it is. He ain't on Earth.
It'll be interesting to see, you know. But yeah, Jarek wanted us. That's who Jarek wanted us to draft, and he looked good against the threes. I don't know what it'll look like against the twos.
Yeah,
but,
threes are right. Yeah.
You know, I love what they did today with Taylor Rapp. Taylor Rapp is playing multiple positions.
Oh, dude, yes. He was playing both with. He was on the same on the field with Hyde, Poyer, as well. And man, dude, I remember I said that. I have a feeling that they're gonna put him in with both Poyer and Hyde this season. I love that McDermott's gonna start getting exotic looks on defense. I love it, man. And now you got the playmakers though. Like you got the playmakers to do that. Maybe you didn't have it in the past. I don't know. You know, or maybe Frazier just didn't want to do that. Weird because
Frazier's defense has always been very much bend but don't break forever. Even when he was the head coach of the Vikings, he had a bend but don't break defense. McDermott comes from the Jim Johnson, tree.
Super aggressive. Yeah,
super aggressive. I don't want him to be super aggressive, but I want to see him get exotic. I like the idea of having, Milano and Rapp in as a linebacker and a NASCAR package where we have Vaughn and Floyd on the outside, and we have Oliver and Groot on the inside. I love that idea.
Oh, dude. Yeah, bro. I love it, man. I do as well, man.
Okay, let's see what this one says. Scott, honestly, Tommy, I think against these AFC offenses, 2 speedy coverage linebackers are going to be better for us. No respect to Edmonds. He's right for the NFC. I don't think Edmonds – you have to remember, Edmonds coming out was an outside linebacker. The Bills made him a middle linebacker. He was never a middle linebacker. That's just what, Sean McDermott wanted him to be.
But to counter that, Scott, when Edmonds went out of games, our pass defense was bad. Like, he was actually a very good pass defender. So I don't know if I totally agree with that. Just throwing that out there. I get what you're saying.
And if Dodson wins, he's not a better pass coverage than
pass
Edmonds.
coverage. Exactly. No, he's not tall like him. He doesn't have the speed like him. Edmonds is faster than you think, man. Like defenses, like offenses, I mean, they hated. Like any game we ever played, I remember like coaches would always talk about how Edmonds, like they feared playing Edmonds because he was so quick and so tall. It was tough for quarterbacks, to throw around him. Basically, he could cover the field. So I don't know if Dotson can do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like. That's what makes Edmonds so good. That's why they had Edmonds play that way. But no, man, look at the stats. Anytime Edmonds was out, our pass defense was not the best.
Part of that is also scheme. Our run defense scheme is an attacking style defense. It was always sit back and let it come to you, and that's the way Edmonds played because that's the way our scheme was.
Yeah.
If we go to an attacking style, and then because we never played that with Edmonds. Right. If we play that way with Dodson and Milano, then yes, I think we'll see a better run defense because we're going to be attacking forward, not always dropping zone. Like in our previous seasons, their first step is always back.
Right.
It's never forward. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, man.
So what else did you see from your side with the red and blue?
So obviously, I wish they would listen. Just a quick, I gotta say this. Like I watch, I have CBS Buffalo here where I live. I'm not gonna say how I get it, but I have it. Yep. So they had a 30-minute, like CBS had a 30-minute thing of it, but really they're just talking. Like I wonder why they don't just stream it, like, or have it on CBS or have it on Buffalo Bills Facebook or something, like, so people that don't live in Buffalo can at least enjoy watching it from home. But whatever. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. But Anthony from Cover One said a couple things that I liked. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have this up here because he was there, obviously, and who to trust better than this guy?
Right.
he knows
part of the
football.
Film room.
Right. So I'll just take away some real quick. So he says the defensive line had a strong day overall. Mm-hmm. Said AJ looked good. Boogie, which I was like, wow, Boogie's name was mentioned, and Shaq Lawson. They all look good, which is good. It's good for Boogie. I'm glad that he's looking.
Boogie smashed a shell bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So like I said, that's good. I also like 3 for 3 in the red zone. Okay.
Yeah.
It's heating up between that Sherfield and Shakir, both looking very good for that third receiver spot. It's going to come down to preseason, I think, between those two. Both look sharp. They said Bernard played well today, right? Shooting gaps as a run, as a blitzer. They had him all over the place. The one thing I don't like is obviously you talked about it earlier, which is the tackle. That did not look good. He said heavy rotation at CB2, no real answers there still. That's kind of a little concerning, right? So there's still danger. Who's it going to be? Dang, Benford, Kair.
It's going to be a platoon. Just right. Know it. They're going to platoon them all year long.
Yeah. By the way, no Milano tonight, guys, and no. Johnson. Yeah, it's nothing major. It was soreness. Camp soreness. Well, they said camp soreness earlier.
Okay. Well, the
Thad Brown said it, so I just going by what he said. But you may be right. I just going by what Thad Brown said.
Maybe that's why they gave him the vet rest days, is because they were sore.
Okay. So and then let's see here. And then you already talked about Taylor Rapp. So that's it for that. So yeah, so there's some good things that popped up there that I like. The tackle. The tackle positions, that's playing bad today. That's not good. I don't want to hear that. But like I said, iron sharpens iron. They're gonna get their act together. Plenty of training camp left, and then next weekend obviously is our first preseason game. So James Cook, I like the fact that he had a really nice run today. I like that the guards are opening up. I like that Osiris Torrance is starting to win that job. Right, it looks like he's starting to, say,
still splitting.
They are, but you could kind of see it leaning towards Torrance, and they also had Bates play center today, for a little bit with the twos. So that kind of tells me too that Bates is getting ready to potentially be your center moving forward. When Morse retires, possibly after this season. So that's what kind of me and Mikey been going with. We can kind of see happening, and it makes sense. And with Morse's concussion history, Mikey, I gotta say, like Bates being on the bench for now, like in case any of these guys go down, it's fine. Yeah. I rather him be on the bench than Osiris Torrance, right? And then he starts and he gets hurt. So let's say it right, and now we're shuffling guys around again, trying to find a center. So just keep Bates there for now. And I think, man, listen, I would tell Bates, hey, man, get more reps. We're going to have you at center when Morse goes. I mean, that's it. You already paid the guy. He's not going nowhere.
I've heard that, Waro, that Settle's been really solid so far. They're using him more as a 3-tech than a 1-tech. Like last year we used him as a 1-tech. But with Puna here, he tends to be Daquan's primary backup, to where we can let Tim use his athletic abilities and rush the passer a little bit more, which was awesome. Dawson Knox, I guess, had to put an awesome move on the linebackers and then tripped over his own feet.
Yeah, he did that last year, by the way, in that game.
And they say that's becoming a common theme with Dawson is he can't stay on his feet coming out of his breaks. If he learns to do that, he'll be amazing.
I forget what game it was, but he had that happen last year.
Yeah.
By the way, too, Poona Ford is looking good in camp as well. Just a heads up, he had a really nice interception, had a big man touchdown the other day in training camp. I think it was day 5. But yeah, man, listen, this is the best defensive line I've seen under McBean. No doubt about it. Young guys, they're showing you like what they're all about early on in training camp. They're super aggressive, young. I like the young talent as well. Man, like I imagine, and Von's not even here yet.
Right?
Like, wait till Von and Jordan Phillips. Right. Wait till the rest of the crew gets back. Like, you think we're dangerous now. You think it looks good now.
We're going to have waves of it coming this year.
Right.
Waves of
and by the way, too, Trey is being Trey again. I love seeing it, man. Absolutely. You didn't see that last year. It was all rehab. When he came back, it just wasn't the same old Trey. He's back. You can see everything. His pep, his pep in the step, speed, everything looks good.
Play is looking like pre-injury Trey too.
Yeah,
which is nice to hear. One of my favorite things that happened today is you're seeing the evolution of Dorsey's offense. Like on the red zone trip, they motioned in Shakir, like they were going to motion in the backfield. They snapped it and he ran a swing pass. Nobody was with him, wide open. Josh flipped it out to him and he ran it in. Like you see that coming out of Andy Reid's offense. A lot of those the wide open, little things like that with the motion. You're starting to see that. This is all the things that we asked for this offseason, Tommy, with the motions and the creatives. You're seeing it, and training camp. I want to see it continue to grow into the preseason games and into the regular season. But man, could we? Oh God, I'm just thinking about all the things that we can do, things that will make our lives easier down in the red zone.
Josh's life easier,
right?
The guy that it's all on him to get into the touchdowns. Like
they brought him in other weapons, including Kincaid, who's a red zone monster. They brought him in some bigger backs.
Yeah, by the way,
take some.
Speaking of that, Murray is looking good. By the way, everything that I've heard, Murray's looking very good. He had a good day today as well. Murray and Harris.
Oh, I didn't hear that it was a fake run. Or he says, what about the fake run by Allen that threw to Sherfield for the touchdown? I didn't realize. I knew Allen threw one to Sherfield. I didn't realize it was a fake run. Then he tossed to him.
That's what I heard
done that
too.
A few times too. He's done that a few times where he takes off and then tosses it.
Tomorrow, I'm guessing like more footage will come out because even like Buffalo Bills tend to do that. Like they'll throw like clips that they recorded, and I'll have like I said, tomorrow I'll do another video of the blue and red where it's probably more of like the actual plays, like touchdowns and all that good stuff.
Scott Blakely comes in and says Floyd's the quiet off-season signing that will be
love it.
Dude, Floyd was a sneak. Him and Poona Ford were like two of the sneakiest off-season signings that the Bills had on the team.
Big time.
Like, we had a really good defense when everybody was healthy last year. The problem is when we got into the playoffs, we had no Vaughn, we had no Daquan, we had a one-armed Jordan Phillips. So basically we had Tim Settle and Ed Oliver.
Right.
And now we brought in reinforcements by bringing in Poona and Floyd to where if something happens and somebody does go down, we have those guys in reserve. We don't lose as much, which is awesome.
And you can shuffle them around and get more exotic on your defense, which I'm telling you, that's Sean McDermott's like, damn, like. I got so much toys here. Like.
Leslie's probably like, "What the hell? You didn't give me all those toys."
right. What the hell, man?
So yeah, I like the way the team is shaping up. I would like to see us, scour the market, see what, backup tackles.
Yeah.
Get released. Like there was the starting tackle for the Titans that just got released. He got in 2 fights in camp and they released him.
Fights happen in camp. I mean, of course you don't know how bad the fight was, but
Well, I guess he crack blocked the starting outside linebacker, and it led to a fight, and it was the second time he's done it.
Yeah,
and he's like, "You're hurting your own guys, got to go." Type of thing.
I don't. Well, you can't really blame the team for that.
No,
but yeah, I was gonna say too, but they're gonna pick guys up as as the training camp and preseason starts to dwindle down, and players are cut more and more when they're trying to get down to the 53. You'll see more players, I think, coming in.
Just one cut now. You have to remember, it's just one cut moving forward.
Oh, are they doing that now? Is that the new? Wow.
Well, we did it last year. It was the first year of it, and they liked it so much.
I didn't know we did that.
So it happens after the last preseason game, during that final week where we had the week off between the.
So they don't dwindle it down in order now anymore. Wow.
No. Now you might see some veterans get released early.
So they can find another team.
So they can find another team, because
right.
the Bills did that a couple times last year with vets.
Right.
But for the most part, no. All the
trades. Or trades. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, hey, it is what it is. Either way, we're going to wind up picking players up. That either get released or even we might even trade a player or two. Like Bean is known for that.
Well, our
getting something
line between our D line and our DNs, we have a ton of guys who are rosterable guys in the NFL. There's a lot of really interesting decisions the Bills have to make. Our guards, we have one of our former starting guards in Ike Bucker on the third team, and Bucker wasn't bad when he played for us.
No, he wasn't bad. I don't think he was great, but he was
solid.
Yeah. No, he's a good good depth piece, no doubt about it. I would definitely keep him on the team. Tough guy. Obviously, you know that.
But it's one of those things that we may not have a room for him, so we're going to be trading a guy who could be
somebody will take him,
a spot starter or a good depth guy for another team.
No doubt. And then remember too, some of these guys are going to shine in the preseason game, and they're going to love it because they're going to use them as trade bait. That's what they did with a lot of these players. That's what they did with AJ a while back. That's what they did with I forget who the other guy is, but yeah, they showcase him. They showcase him in the third game. They let him play for 3 quarters or so, and then they trade him. And so look for that as well. Like I could see Boogie Basham playing a whole half or something at one point and showcasing him and then moving on from him. Because that's the whole deal, man. Other GMs look at that, and then he calls and go, "Hey, you saw Boogie? You want him?"
Something that happened today was Shakir muffed a punt.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
And I heard Dalton Kincaid made his first drop pass, but I heard it wasn't even his. What they said was it would have been a remarkable catch if he made it, because it wasn't the best throw by Allen.
But he got his hand on it, and he's mad.
Yeah, he still got his hand on. Yeah, it was like behind him or something like that. But it was considered still a drop pass. But dude, it's still so solid, bro. First, are you kidding me?
We're upset that he's dropped a pass that he probably shouldn't have caught.
right.
That's noteworthy news.
Right.
I guess they're saying that Shakir's probably not going to be in the race to be the punt and kick returner. I guess Drayton Evans and Andy Isabella's looking really good, and it's probably going to be those two.
Hey,
so it doesn't sound like Hardy's going to be it either. They're going to use him on offense.
I am surprised. Maybe they're feeling like they're liking him more on the offensive side of the ball and special.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe they have a plan for him other than special teams. We'll find out. I would still, man, he's so fast, dude. But you never know how the season goes. They still could. It only takes one drop and then you're out.
That's Scott. You're right. That's our biggest concern right now. Is even at middle linebacker, Dodson's good enough to get us through the season. He's not horrible. He's an average NFL linebacker, which is really good for an undrafted free agent. I think McDermott can scheme around his middle linebacker and make it fine with all the players that we have.
Mm-hmm.
If something happens to Brown, I don't want to see Shell. I'm hoping we stick Bates out there at right tackle, to be perfectly honest. I'd much rather see Bates out there than Shell or Hustonberry.
I mean, as of now, though, I still think Shell did a great job last year for the Dolphins. We'll see. Could have just been a bad day at the office, man. I mean, we just talked about this.
We'll see what he looks like when he goes out against other teams. Right now, you have to remember, he's playing against a top-ranked defense every day.
And he's also new. He's also new to the offense as well. Like,
Yep.
there's some things you gotta like. We can't be too critical on some of these players. And I was asked, by the way, by Sean the other day. He's like, "But you're critical on," because I was like, "Man, you gotta like relax on something." He's like, "Yeah, you're critical on players too, but here's the deal. I'm critical on guys that have been here a while that still are struggling. I'm allowed to be like. Then you can be, or guys that were drafted in the first 2 rounds." You can kind of be a little bit more critical if they still haven't called on yet. Late round picks, man. I think there's a little pass. They're guys that are project players. You can give them a little pass because that's exactly what they are. Project. I remember Dawson Knox. Everybody was bashing him for the first year. Like, oh, he's so bad.
He had like 10 drops his first year.
Right? No, I know, but I'm saying he was still a project player though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you still have to understand.
Josh was the same way. Josh wasn't the Josh
no.
His first year. I mean, if Josh completed 53% of his passes,
it was. Yeah,
I mean, he didn't have anybody to throw to.
Even his second year wasn't the best. It was still 58.
58? Yeah.
Yeah, it was still not. He still was making boneheaded, throwing the ball behind.
Listen, I'm glad you brought that up because I've watched Mahomes do it. I've watched Kelsey do it. I've watched a lot of people do that.
What, they're behind the
yes, and then it gets fumbled, but no one talks about it.
I know. I gotta say too, who was it that he threw it to? Dawson, right?
Yeah, and Dawson just wasn't. If Dawson was paying attention, he catches
it was kind of there. Yeah,
he just wasn't paying attention.
Kind of like McKenzie when he hit him in the helmet last year.
God, yeah. Which that's a fumble on Josh because
which is ridiculous. Right.
And then like 3 plays later, Josh throws it to McKenzie and it bounces in his hands right into the other guy's hands.
I know. He had a bad game. That was a bad game by McKenzie.
He did catch a touchdown that game though.
He did. That was so bad, though.
He also tripped over his own feet against.
Yes, he did as well.
Wide open in the end zone.
God, it drove me nuts watching that. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, did we talk about the preseason game at all in the beginning? We did, right? We went over a little bit of that, right? What'd you think about it?
We talked about
just about the core. But what'd you think overall? I'm just curious. What'd you think about that?
Happy football was back. I watched it.
Okay. I thought it was okay. It was okay.
I'll tell you this. It was one of the better Hall of Fame games I've watched.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was competitive. I mean, from what I saw, it was a little bit of back and forth for a little while.
I got to, they had some names in there that you got to see. We got to see Zach Wilson. Last year, if it was last year, Zach Wilson wouldn't have played because he would have been in the starters, so he wouldn't have played. So I thought it was, it was nice to see football again. Listening to Aaron talk is always interesting.
I know the power went out at one point or something like that, right? Typical. It's always something. And last year it was, or the year before it was, I think they put down a tarp and it was like it messed up the field.
One year they canceled it. One year they canceled it.
Yeah. Well, they put the tarp down and I guess it like lifted up the sun baked down on it. And I guess the paint on the field spread out everywhere and made it like slick. So they couldn't play. Like terrible.
Oh God, Scott! I'm hoping this is the year we see it. If we can actually protect Josh and give him time to sit back there,
dude,
because when we do, he just picks teams apart.
Yeah, and and now you have weapons, like real weapons, and Kincaid, and Sherfield looks good. Shakir looks like he. Right, and then by the way,
so fast.
I do want to throw one name out there we haven't mentioned yet. I have to. Okay. Gabe Davis is looking freaking phenomenal so far in camp.
Catching everything.
Everything. And by the way, did you see the size? His legs gotten even bigger, bro. His legs are
bigger.
Huge. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Bro, that dude is, I'm telling you guys, I keep telling you, that dude works his ass off every offseason. Yeah, he may not have, had the greatest season last year, but I never will say that dude don't work in the offseason to try to get better.
He won't fail because of lack of work ethic.
But I got to say, he is thriving so far in his new role because this is a new role for him. He's not just a deep guy anymore. He's running the tree route, and He's looking really freaking good,
He
catching
went
everything.
down,
One-handed catches.
Slide today and picked one off on a low throw by Josh and picked it up. You know, it was really nice. He's been standing out all camp.
Yeah.
A lot of the receivers have been standing out all camp.
No,
Hardy's looked good.
Yeah.
Sherfield just looks like a little weapon, man. Like, it's hard to get that guy. Like, he doesn't do anything spectacular. He's just so, like, you know, solid that you can't get him off the field.
No, man.
Awesome.
Listen, it was the one thing I had a question mark, and I think me and you both really agreed on that, was the receiving group. And I think as of right now it's early. We'll have to see this in game action against another team. But right now, I'm starting to fade that off and go back to the running back room a little bit, and definitely offensive line still, because I gotta see it. I know we improved. I get it. Right, we got McGovern, we got Younger, you know, Spencer Brown. I think could have a bounce back year now that he's healthy, but I gotta see it. Like I felt a little bit more comfortable last year, and I was totally wrong. So like, I am a little concerned. I have to say. Oh, real quick, Y-Town King. Yeah. I apologize. Last week I did message you, by the way. I don't know if you got that. I messaged you on YouTube.
There was a dual streaming going on, and we didn't see your super chat and your question that you asked. We didn't catch that until we went back and rewatched, and we saw it. So we apologize. Thank you very much for the super chat. We do appreciate it. We always appreciate you guys donating. We didn't want you to think we were just ignoring you because
I try not to ignore anyone. Period. But I apologize about that, brother.
I haven't heard a lot about Hyde like in today's practice. He's looked really good in camp. He's looked like the old Hyde. Mike has said that this is the first time that he's slept really well in a lot of years, because he had neck problems before this.
Yeah, he had surgery before. Yeah,
the surgery fixed his neck problem that he had previously to getting hurt. And they said that it's like he feels like he's in his 20s again. Like he has all the range of motion and all kinds of he was an all-pro with a jacked up neck. Imagine what he's going to be like this year when he's running around with no pain.
And Poyer's looking good too, by the way. Yep. Like the I gotta say, like if I were to grade right now, like early on, as far as defense, defense definitely, if I had a grade, is like an A right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like they have done a phenomenal job. Very few concerns. I would say CB2 is a little bit, and middle linebacker is. So I'll say A- because of that. I'll go say A-. And I would say the offense, I'll probably say B- around there, but then that's not bad. They're going to improve, and that's mainly, honestly, Mikey, because the offensive line. Everywhere else is doing well. Like, everybody's stepping up, right? Allen. Diggs is playing great. Kincaid, Knox, like, everybody else is stepping up. Even the running backs seem to be playing well. It's just that offensive line is a little shaky right now. And I guess that's why I'll give it the like a B- or something like that.
Okay, and I would say I would give an A to the defense because they have looked really good, and they're doing it without their superstar pass rusher, who's going to come back. The CB2 role, I was kind of up in the air about it, but after listening to Butler and McDermott talk about it, it's gonna be a rotation all year, and they're gonna play them to their strengths. So fine. Yep. Whatever. I just have to accept it. The offense, it's more of like a every other day type of thing. I don't think the offense has gotten beat as bad by the defense as a lot of people are saying. Everything I read is the defense looks really good, then the offense comes back and looks really good. Our starting offense looks really, really good. It's our second string offense that kind of gets beat up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I can go with that.
So I would give them a B+ because I want to see the run game. I want to see the run game get a little bit crisp, a little bit more crisp. Yeah.
I agree with that.
It looked better in camp than it did in the previous years, but
it did.
I also don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I don't know how good our run defense is. Sometimes the Bills' run defense looks fantastic.
Sometimes it does. Like they don't. Like I don't know who the hell are these guys.
Let's hit this. We have two.
Go ahead.
Scott Blakely, appreciate your Friday Night Lights discussion, guys. 20-0, yes, Scott, I'm with you. Let's do 20-0 and bring home that Lombardi. And then Cali Blitz comes in and says,
"Man, Jack, always with the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you, man.
Scott, wow, showing me up. So, ultimately, I like seeing that it's not a one-sided. It's not always just the defense winning. It's not always just the offense winning. It's truly iron sharpening iron.
That's
We
it.
We had the number 2 ranked offense versus the number 1 ranked defense all camp long, just banging against each other. You're gonna have good days and bad days.
It's gonna be like, that's what. Listen, every time I do these training camp videos, and I don't know if y'all been watching, I do kind of like a watch along reaction, and I try to tell you guys, listen, don't get over, like oh my god, like too worried about the offense having a bad, bad day, or the defense. Oh, the defense led, 2 touchdowns by James Cook, 40-yard. Like, it's going to happen. These guys, like, they're going to get sick eventually of playing each other. Iron sharpens iron. Everyone's going to benefit from each other in this process. Let's just hope that it continues onto the field, right? When we play a different team, that the offense doesn't. Right, exactly. So I will say that, if I had any, like, not even worries, but anything that's like, not good, is I would say the backup quarterbacks, they kind of suck. I'm going to be real with you. Not ideally the guys I would feel comfortable with going into a season, but let's just hope you don't see them. So that's one. And I would say offensive line right now, as of now, it's a little shaky for me. And I need to see, when preseason comes, Mikey, next weekend, I need to see better against, I have to.
Yeah.
Because if they can't, if the ones, or even 2, whatever, just are still having these bad games in preseason, Bean better be looking out for guys getting cut off other teams, because you cannot go into week 1 with another bad offensive line like we did last year. It's going to be a big problem. And then the run game that you're talking about is going to be non-existent again. So I just throwing that out there. Hopefully they get their shit together.
I don't think it's going to be that bad.
I don't either. I don't either.
I think they're just going up against a really good defense, and they don't look good sometimes. Bill's fan comes in and says, "Iron sharpening iron equals Tommy."
Yeah.
And I'm the sharpening tool, and Tommy throws his takes at me, and I just sharpen them up.
Fixes up my mistakes.
Yep. I just fix up his bad takes. That's all. Tommy throws out his takes. I just correct him.
Whatever.
That's funny. Yeah, so it's I can't wait. We're a week away, buddy. We're a week away from Bills football.
Dude, we're a week away, and we're about a little over a month away from our first game of the season. 9-11, unbelievable. It's going to be an unbelievable game, man, moment. Like that I cannot wait for that game, Mikey. I have no idea, because I'm so sick of these people like boosting up the Jets like they're the next, best thing. They're gonna, I can't. Like, it's like
13-4. They're gonna
let's just, get out of here, man. So I can't wait for that. Bring it on. I love the doubters. I once again, man, it's like they don't understand. Like, I don't know what homework these guys do, these national media. Like, why? How did the Bills not get better? You not see what we did in the offseason with the draft? So it's just funny to me. They only go. They like to.
It's just like they had with the Chiefs fatigue last year. Remember, the Chiefs were supposed to end up in 2nd or 3rd in their division last year. Like, they just get the fatigue about them, and they want to talk about the next big thing.
Yeah, like I said, listen, I don't hate on teams getting better. Like, I talked to a Lions fan the other day in the bar. Y'all know I'm from Detroit, and they always ask me, like, what do you think, man? You think the Lions have a chance? And I told them, listen, I give you guys credit. Like, I really like the direction of your team. But the thing I'm hearing in the bar, like with all these guys down here, Mikey, is like, Lions are going to win the division. And I'm like, slow down. Like, even your coach said, slow down. Like you haven't even accomplished anything yet. Like, you did good last season. You're trending, but you got to do it first. It's not as easy as you just saying it. And I feel like that's what the Jets and the Dolphins, like, it's like we earned it. We're 3 in a row AFC East. You know what I mean? Like, we finally broke it. We won it. We've proven we're the team. They haven't proven shit. So that's why I can't stand, like, when everyone's like, oh, they're going to be the team of the East. They're the team to beat. It's like, why? How? Says who? You haven't even seen them play one game.
Yeah.
You don't know that. So
No,
this is funny.
A lot of people are saying it. Listen, the Jets do have weapons, and they have a really good defense, and Aaron Rodgers could be really good still, but nobody's good if their offensive line doesn't gel. And we have no idea if Robert Saleh is a good head coach. He won, like 7 games.
Right.
You
remember another head coach that was for the Dolphins, and everyone's like, this guy's going to be the man. He's going to take the... Remember him? He winded up getting fired and sued the Dolphins. What was his name? The Patriots guy, the defensive coordinator. Forget his name.
Brian Flores.
Yes, and remember they were hyping him up, the Dolphins, because he won 10 games or 9 games the year before, and they came crashing down. Remember? So it's like, once again, you can't talk it until you didn't. You got to prove it. You got to do it.
Now everyone's putting, Mike McDaniel is the hot young head coach that's going to be like,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, listen, he came out the gate hot. I'll give him that. But down the stretch, the Dolphins didn't look great. Even when Tua was playing, they didn't look great.
No. And I thought I'll be honest with you. Once again, I'm not a hater. I'm not going hating on teams or whatever. But I will say this too. I think he's a good offensive coordinator kind of coach. Like I like his offensive play calling, but I gotta say, like head coach wise, he made some big mistakes last year, especially with Tua. You know what I mean? Come on, head coach. You know what the deal was with him when he played us, and you stuck him out there again. Like there's a lot of really, and then talking with the media, I don't like how I just don't know if he's going to be
an odd guy. He's an
odd guy, and I don't know if he'll be a leader, like a head coach. But we'll find out. They'll find out. I'm not. Listen, I don't follow that team. I could be totally wrong. I'm just outside looking in. I'm just saying I didn't think I don't see our coach doing that.
No, our coach just blows it within 13 seconds.
Yeah, terrible. God damn it, McDermott.
Callie comes in and says, "Are you all going to do halftime shows?" I don't believe we are. Oh, no. I know I'm not. I know.
Yeah. So I'll come on. I'll probably come on for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
I don't do that. My game day watching experience is me by myself in a
me too.
dungeon that I just yell at the TV, and then
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. And the only reason I'm doing it this year, at halftime I'll do it, is because now I got a podcast room. Mm-hmm. So everything's set up. Before, guys, I'd have to pick up my computer, and so I never did halftime. Remember, it was a pain in the ass to set everything up. Now I could just quickly hop on. Man, Bills are kicking ass, or I'm so good. And then
I'm so mad.
Right here.
See, I don't like to do it until after the game, because then I have a chance to digest my feelings, because I'm a hothead when it comes to watching football.
Oh, dude, me too.
I tried to do it a couple years ago. I did a one with hashtag.
Yeah, you did a few. I did too. That's when we were doing them.
No, I did the game one.
Oh, I can never do that. No, I won't do that. I'll never do that.
Rough. It was rough.
You did that?
I did that.
The play-by-play? Oh, I can never. Yeah,
it was the Josh Allen slip against Tennessee game.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And I was ahead of the stream, and I was all kinds of irate before it happened.
Dude, see, that's why I can't. Guys, I could not. I don't know how they do it. And hold their temper. I'm like Mikey. Now I'll tweet and stuff when it's commercial or something, but I am so focused on the game. I yell. I mean, my neighbors probably think I'm crazy. So I'm focused, man. I can't be on a damn computer looking at chats. No offense, I love you guys, but I can't. Listen, I can't be like, "Hey guys, woo!"
It's a special skill set to be able to do
it. Does. I can't do it. I can't.
I tip my cap to all those that do.
Yeah.
Because I know you go to Fanatics and get it done at Fanatics.
Yeah.
You can go over to hashtag. I think Dan Mitchell does it. I don't know if he still does it.
Dan Mitchell, 100%. He stays in the whole time. He goes to a bar and does it. Crazy.
Yeah, it's not my personality. I'm a psychopath. Ken Dorsey.
I would lose my monetization. Yeah. Take it away in a second. I mean, so many F-bombs on here.
Yeah. Picture Ken Dorsey blown up in the press box.
Oh,
that's
10
me.
times, right?
That's me at home when the Bills do something wrong.
Right. And if it's really, really bad, he's just quiet. I don't even hear from him.
Yeah. I go radio silent as I internally try to calm myself.
Oh, my God, dude. So, Mikey, anything else or any chats we missed or anything?
Okay, let's see why Tom comes in and says, I understand why the Bills fans be acting ridiculous during the game. You know, some of our fans asking for people to be cut during games. Yeah, that happens. I don't ever want someone to be cut during the game. I want them to be taken out of the game. Just take them out of the game.
Yeah, I've never said that either. I take that back. I take that back. I will take this back.
Who did you want cut?
There was one guy. I couldn't, and he's a nice guy. He is a nice guy, Nathan Peterman. I was so pissed. I was so angry because listen, they played him the year before when they pulled Tyrod. I was pissed then. Like, I was very angry. It took, you know why, Mikey? It took me back to the Flutie Rob Johnson thing, right? And I'm like, why are you doing this? It makes no sense. Why are you, like, come on, right? And then we get in a playoff, okay, and he played terrible, by the way. Then the next season we drafted Josh, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, dude, we're going to pay Peterman, right? And I'm like, I got it. I get it. And I was cool with Josh sitting, but not for Peterman. You're going to learn that. What? If you had I get they brought AJ in. He was supposed to be initially the guy, right? I get that. But AJ didn't work out, right? They shipped AJ off. So instead of that, they stuck with Peterman, who I don't want Josh learning anything from Peterman. And he was so goddamn bad that I think they pulled him at the halftime
and Josh went
of the first game. Dude, I'm not even joking, Mikey. I was so infuriated. That at halftime I ordered pizza, and I was screaming in my car on the way, going, fucking feed him up. Dude, I was so angry. Dude, I was so mad. And then when I got back, I'm like, oh, Josh Allen. Woo. It turned my mood.
He didn't look great in that game, but he looked better than Peterman.
No, he looked bro.
Remember, Peterman looked
way better.
Really good that preseason.
Preseason. I get it. I know. He wasn't preseason Peterman. But I knew the real Peterman. I wasn't fooled. Y'all might have been fooled, not me. I knew who the hell the guy was. I can't believe we even got a draft pick for him.
Yeah. Adam comes in and asks, Epinesa having a better camp than Basham? Heard good things about both guys. Yes. Epinesa's having actually a fantastic camp. Basham has been up and down. You hadn't heard much from him until the last couple days. And he's starting to turn the corner. Hopefully he continues it and you see more and more of it. But Basham had been quiet up until about 2
Yeah, up to exactly. So listen, I don't root for I don't want anyone, to play bad. Like I don't I hope he gets better, but
Yes. Okay, White Towns, I'll give you that. When McKelvin fumbled that punt.
Yeah, Mikey was so pissed. Yeah, you told me this story.
Yeah, I've told you that story. I think he's the only guy I ever wanted kicked off the team right then.
See, I love McKelvin, so I can never.
I did
just
too,
loved his
and
energy.
I didn't care. Like, what the hell was he doing?
Know. I get it.
For an extra yard, he was trying to stay on his feet. Go the frick down. We had the game won.
I get it. It's like I understand.
Okay, McKelvin, that fumble triggers me like Peterman triggers you.
Yeah, but Peterman, goddamn, dude. So
Jagari's Nate Peterman, preseason MVP, regular season LVP. Yeah, God, Peterman was bad, man. Bad.
You know what's funny too? When I totally forgot when we drafted him or whatever. Like, and then I'm like, they're not hyping him up, but they're like, oh, he could, we're gonna put him in for Tyrod, right? I go to YouTube because I want to see this. I don't even pay attention to this guy. So I go on YouTube. I'm like, oh, this guy could throw footballs into a garbage can and
trick shot.
Shot. I'm like, and then I'm thinking, of course, I'm getting like, I'm selling myself on this guy. I'm like, whoa, if he could do this, then this guy probably.
We also sold ourselves on EJ and Jeff Toole and Thad Lewis.
But to be fair with EJ was better than freaking Nathan Peterman. Let's be real.
Yeah.
At least EJ had some moments here, a few. They weren't a lot, but he did have some games that were like, okay, I don't think he right. What the hell did Nate Peterman ever do? He was terrible. Like, at least the back quarterback you just mentioned, Even Lossman, who even he had big games.
Let's find the positive in Nate Peterman. He played so bad in one half. Josh Allen played his rookie year.
Yeah.
Got Josh Allen into the games early so he can learn his rookie year. That's what he did.
Thank you, Nate Peterman, for that. I appreciate you. God, he was so bad.
It was bad. How about Captain Checkdown Trent Edwards? Remember when everyone
he's my most, by the way, my most hated. See, now you would think Nate Peterman is, but I don't hate Nate Peterman. I told you, I think he's a good guy. Trent Edwards, awful. I hate him. Never liked his personality. I remember one interview, and I wish they had it on YouTube, bro. But I forget who asked him. It was like in the locker room. They asked him something about the Bills. He's like, I'm not a Bills fan. I'm a football fan. I'm like, you play for the Bills. Who the hell says that? You loser, get out of here. What are you talking about right now? So, bro, Captain Checkdown City, and he took over Lossman's job. I hated him, bro. I hated him. So bad.
You loved JP.
I did. Man, JP got a bad deal, man. But he wasn't that good either.
JP was good enough to be in the league. He got a raw deal with a bad front office.
He did. He got a raw deal in general. That wasn't a very good team in general. But if you go back,
imagine how good Lee Evans could have been if we had a front office that actually knew what they were doing.
Him and Lee had a connection though. That they were when they were on the field together. JP and him had big games, but yeah, I mean, I don't think they gave him much of a chance either. He got hurt, and then they put stupid Trent Edwards in right away. And remember he broke his arm his first year? He didn't even get to play. Remember that?
Oh no, he got that
or
Trent
leg
Edwards,
or something.
Trent Edwards.
No, not Trent Edwards. JP rookie year in camp. Somebody rolled up on him or something like that. It was like a freak thing. I forget who it was, and wound up breaking his leg or arm or something. He missed this whole rookie year, and then the next year, I think he wound up starting, and that's when we had Drew. I think he took over Drew's spot, something like that. Yeah. I forget who he took over, but yeah, either way, memory lane that we don't want to talk about here. Bad Bills football talk.
The Bills are off tomorrow. It's a day off for the Bills after the scrimmage today. They'll be back on Sunday, and then they're going to go into their game week as next Saturday is their
can't wait
preseason game. So it sounds like they'll move into game week. We'll be back Monday night to talk about what happened on Sunday and Monday.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Friday night we'll be on to preview the first preseason game. It'll be our first preview of the season.
That's right. All right, guys. Hey, it was awesome. I appreciate you guys. Sorry for the coming on late, but I wanted to do that video from earlier. And yeah, man, just keep like I said, if you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And we're always dropping videos and going live multiple times a week, especially when the season hits. I got a lot of things going on this channel. So yeah. So anyways, any last words, Mr. Mikey?
Yeah, go Bills.
Go Bills. Bills Mafia, we love you, and as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Ah.